Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And also Steve Cannon photo, inquire about that. Anywho, there's quite a bit to go over. We'll go over the OMI first and see how that's going here. I think we had an up day on the market, but it did not help OMI as much. OMI is down about 1.5% on the day. I convinced my one of my newer whales to go and sell some silver, about 100 ounces. We getting a couple million OMI tonight, and then happen to take some more extra USDC it has. So it's like a 3.5-ish million dollar day, or million OMI day for a buddy of mine. That'll be really great. Shout out to him for that. But on the day, we only have 702,000 in volume. And again, just based on the look of it, that's why we need more exchanges. It does look like it's trading like a penny stock. You can't see that. That's way too bright. And I just really don't like the look of the chart. You kind of really need more exchanges with that. When our exchange is going to come, we would need forms of utility first. I know we already have one, but again, the one that we have is called Season 0, because even Veve's like, hey, this is just a bonus. The real utility, especially the stuff that's going to burn OMI, make it more scarce, and eventually make an endangered heckin' species, is just not here yet. So I don't think they want to go on exchanges just for that. I think they'd want to be on exchanges after really we have some bronze tickets. And I feel like that, I'm hoping, comes in Q4. They'll have little announcements along the way, like they'll have more people going on in Veveverse, they'll have more whatever. They might even announce other things that they haven't yet announced. Again, when they go and they plan these things out, they plan for like years in advance. I remember, I don't know how many, it was like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, that David had mentioned on a live stream that they had like years of content left to do. And that was before they got all these major licenses. And they haven't come out and said, like, we've had a bunch of different licensing conferences that they've gone to. One was a few months ago in Vegas. Then they went through all of Asia, all up and down those coasts. They've had the Alibaba one that they kind of announced, although I'm pretty sure that wasn't recent. I'm pretty sure, maybe, if I were a betting man, which I am from time to time, comment down below if you get that reference. It was, I'll give I'll give you a little bit of OMI if you get that reference. I'll go and wager that those negotiations had most likely started in 2022 for Alibaba. Anyway, that's the exchanges. I would say early next year, after we go and we get the bronze tickets, and then we'll get the OMI to accessory. You know, everyone will have Veveverse by then. So I'd say at that point, we wouldn't just come out as a utility token. It would be an actual metaverse token on top of that. But yeah, on the day, Bitcoin up 2.9%, ETH up 3%, BNB up 2.6%, XRP. So the entire top 10, actually the entire top 20, with the exception of DAI and Leo token, are actually up on the day. So shout out to them. Now for some OMI news. This week's social media sweepstakes is down on TikTok. Enter now for your chance to win. So follow Veve on TikTok. You must be following to enter the competition. Like the video and comment your Veve username and favorite of the 4 rarities that they had. I don't know when this... Oh yeah, the entries close on the 14th of September at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It was about the comic from today. The comic, which, by the way, they sold out right away, making about $39,000, which is really cool. This comic, I think, it went in like a 9.6 or a 9.8. Goes for like $19,000. So it's very, very similar to, I think, the first appearance of Groot. I think that usually goes for about $20-something thousand. So it's pretty close to that. This is scarcer than what Groot had. There's only 6,000 comics, which really means like 5,650, I think, because they keep a little bit of them. And also, speaking of comics, they did go and announce, now we have another Disney comic coming out. It's a Once Upon a Mouse in the future through the Betaverse. So I'm pretty excited for that. They had announced that yesterday over on their Instagram. Anyway, just super heckin' pumped. Speaking of things I'm super heckin' pumped for, Mr. 41.eth had gone on and said, hey, I locked up this gem yesterday. Le Petit Prince, first appearance, first year, 1943, because it came out in 1943. So getting mint number 1943 is really special because he paid $2,000 for it, which is heckin' wild. And I was, at first glance, like, oh, okay, you know, watching the video, $2,000, you know, maybe he has 1 or 2 of these, and, you know, this is just something that he's getting because he was waiting for this to come appear in the market. That's what some people do. They go and they wait, they save their shekels every now and then, they wait for a super special mint, they get it. But that was not the case. This mother flapper actually already had 200 mints of this. It's not like he had none and he was saving it all for this. He already had 200 of these. I don't even think these are sold out. Let's check this real quick. They're not sold out. There's 993 left in the store. This dude has 2.5 times the amount. Well, there's only they're only like $18. So let's say on average they'd be like $20 if he goes and buys them all up. That is $4,000 he had put into this before he put the $2,000 in for this one. So that dude is a mad lad, and guys, he's one of many people that's here just right now that could go on and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go and maybe not be like Bezos Man buying an average of 1,600 collectibles per week. I think it's 1,700. Maybe not be like that, but some people that just basically have an unlimited amount of money, they can go in and afford to buy all of these things. Mr. 41.eth, Mr. MC1, which is he was the third highest account to buy. I think he bought like 296 NFTs last week just on Veve. And I feel like they're like the BlackRock, the State Street, the Vanguard of Veve, where if you don't know what those companies are, they own like a bunch of the S&P 500. They go out, and why rent is so high is they're adding a lot of real estate to their portfolio because they can afford to pay the extra $50,000, $100,000 over asking price, so that they can put it on their P&L. They can go and rent it out and get that revenue for them. Now, I don't exactly know when we're going to be able to rent out things. Clearly, Mr. 41.eth either thinks that this is going to be going extremely high, which, fair point, I think it will. I mean, out of the 80% of the users are right now just in US and Europe and the UK. They haven't even scratched the surface of any part of Asia yet, which they're about to over the next couple quarters. That's what these guys are doing. These big whales are the BlackRock. They're the Vanguard. They're of the Veve universe, and they will continue to do so every week, every day. That Bezos Man, on average, if you average it out to, let's say he does 1,700 per week, and I've gone over this in live streams before. Let's say he spends 80 hours per week going and buying NFTs. Okay, well, we take 1,700 divided by 80 because that's how many hours in the week they have. He still spends 21 NFTs per hour. So you're still buying 3 NFTs per minute if you are doing this 80 hours in a week. That's why I'm not necessarily convinced that this is one person, unless this person is just retired and this is all they do for 80 hours a week. Most likely there's a conglomerate of people or corporations, and there's like, hey, we don't have KYB yet. There's no know your business at this point. So let's just go through one account. And he's not the only one that's doing that. I know there's at least one other account that's doing that, and more will come. Nobody sees it yet because, oh, my vault value is going down. Okay, what's in your vault? Like, are you buying? And again, buy what you like. I'm not expecting my alligator Lokis to go anywhere crazy. I mean, my secret rares probably will, because those are very scarce and everyone loves him. But there's like 10,000 of the commons. I don't believe that's going to go anywhere anytime soon. Now, when you have 28,000 of the commons of like the Captain Americas and the Mr. Fantastic, yeah, that might go up a little bit because those are Avengers. That's Marvel's first family. That makes sense. But I feel like unless you're buying like the Grails, like so you're a Spider-Man, Miles Morales, partner statue, gold and silver Veve logo, the vault value might continue going down because a lot of people are saying, okay, let's sell some of these things that maybe are B and C tier stuff, and let's sell it for like the blue chip stuff. Because I feel like there's a lot of first time investors here, and they didn't really go into blue chip stuff because in the last bull run, you could have all these collectibles on a dartboard, throw a dart at it, whatever you picked, it would have gone up the next week. And the reality of the situation is that most likely that won't happen again. Are things going to go back up? A lot of them will. Some of them might a little bit, but a decent amount of these I think they might have seen their best days already. Anywho, moving on with some other stuff, yeah. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects to the New York Jets season. Bad times for them. So we have Discussing Film over on the Twitter go and say a fully animated Toy Story version of the Falcons vs. Jaguar games, or the Jaguars NFL game, will be streaming on Disney Plus on October 1st. You heard that correctly. Go and mark that in your calendars on October 1st, which is a Sunday, so everyone should be off. The Falcons vs. Jaguars NFL game will be streaming on Disney Plus. Who cares about that, Chavez? Why are you talking about football? Well, Veve Digital Collectibles actually went and retweeted that, saying Sunday Fun Day in Andy's room, literally. Now, this could be something like, I know Marvel, every time we have a big collectible come out in Marvel, it's in the contract that Marvel has to go and retweet that. So outside of people thinking, yo, NFLPA, yo, we have the NFL, which I don't think this has really anything to do with the NFL. It could have something to do with ESPN, just because Disney owns ESPN. We have contracts with Disney. That would make sense. But if it's on Disney Plus, something like this, and it's Pixar, maybe it's in, whether it's Disney's, ESPN's, or Pixar's, and I'm not saying that we actually have contracts with ESPN, it would just make sense that we would. I don't know if we do. But it would make sense, oh, hey, we'll give you RIP, but you're going to have to go and retweet a lot of the stuff that we do. That's my educated guess on this right now. Could it be that, hey, on this date, they'll start the advertising and they'll do stuff with Veve? Maybe. I'm not going to bet on that, though. I'll just bet that it's in their contracts, because we don't know. When I tell you how much time I spent parsing at every single frame to try to look at what was going on, if I could see a hint of Veve in there, I could not. You see a bunch of Pixar stuff, like you see the little army man carrying the ball. You see I don't really know what that double-decker bus is referencing in. I thought that was like a Harry Potter bus, but obviously that wouldn't make sense. But I went to look at everything, and nothing really kind of popped out at me that would signify, oh, hey, this is Veve's thing. But, Anyway, moving on. So Digital Assets Worldwide had gone on and put a couple of really interesting things, saying revenue in digital assets market is projected to reach 53 billion in 2023. I don't exactly know how they're doing that. I would say, like, okay, if you go and let's say we all buy something from Veve for $40, whatever it is, and then we sell it for 40, like all of the cross trades, not necessarily the trading from us from Veve. We're giving Veve our money, although we are. That's only part of it. I think it's the cross trading, hey, buying and selling here. And again, Veve's obviously not the only one. This is just the entire Web3 community at large. But they do go and say that it's projected to reach 53 billion, and this is euro in 2023. Revenue is expected to show an annual growth rate of 16.75%. That is much higher than the S&P 500, resulting in a projected total amount of 98 billion by 2027, which is wild. And the average revenue per user in the digital asset market amounts to 78.65 euro in 2023, which is wild because obviously everyone on Veve is spending that each week, like minimum. And from a global comparison perspective, it is shown that the highest revenue is reached the United States, 25 billion in 2023. In the digital asset market, the number of users is expected to amount to 994 million users by 994.30 M users by 2027. So that's 994 million, right? I get very confused when they talk in Europe, when they don't talk in freedom units and they have the dots instead of the commas. But yes, it looks like that's 994 million by 2027. Honestly, you could just do that with China. China's got like 900 million smartphones by themselves. Asia, all this could be adopted. I feel like that's a fairly conservative number. And they're saying user penetration will be 8.8% in 2023 and is expected to hit 12.5% by 2027. Everyone comment nice down below. Now, I'm not even going to say it. It's too easy. Shout out to Fofo10_Veve for completing his entire Marvel Mighty set. Shout out to him for that. Also in comics this week, it's the first appearance of the X-Force. Marvel's New Mutants number 100 features Veve exclusive rare and ultra rare covers by Stephen Mooney and Israel Silva Art. Drops in blind box waitlist format Thursday, 14 September at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you're a content creator, Eagle Eyes posted in the Discord saying, as part of our Veve Content Creator Booster Program, we ask that you also help each other out and help spread the word about each other once we announce each week's community boost. Our first week was Doctor Strange, we love him, and if we can help spread the word for his channel in any way, that would be great. This following week will be Prita's turn. Please accept my friend request so I can ask your follow-up questions. Maybe this is how they're trying to eventually roll out the ambassador program, going and saying, hey, we're just giving people boosts that we really think that are really undervalued, that we needed. I don't exactly know what they're doing or trying to do here, but if it's anything about rolling out ambassador program, I'm in. Apple had their keynote today, and they had, or one of their presentations today, and they had said a couple of really cool things, saying by 2030, all Apple products will have a net zero climate impact. Apple cares. And so does Veve. 100% carbon neutral digital collectibles and comics stepping into the future. Another quote is saying, experience that would never be possible on any other platform. This is also from Apple, saying, imagine what will become possible with our collectibles once the Apple Vision Pro is here. Vision Pro will change the world. Continue your path forward into this digital collecting revolution. This is from Veve Values over on the Twitter. Speaking of the Twitter, or should I say X, Veve goes and posts the Lambda Class T4 is a shuttle, is integral multi-purpose transport in the Imperial Starfleet and Darth Vader's personal shuttle. That vehicle's Series 4 will drop in waitlist format on 15 September, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday Buckets, shout out to this guy, saying, I began my Veve official journey the day this grail dropped, talking about the partner statue, and I never thought I'd get to own one. I've been saving gems, knowing if I ever got into Walt range, I wouldn't be able to resist. Well, this popped up on the floor today, and I grabbed it. Proud owner of the number 3456, paying $21.49. Oh, you can't see that. I'm not lying. He actually paid $21.49, and that's for something where it goes 3456. Thought that was really heckin' cool. Anyway, moving on. MCP points is the last one. I think this has pretty much all been corrected. This is the max amount that we're going to get. For 10 million OMI being staked on the app, it looks like you're getting another 600-ish points of OMI every single day. And it's about between 6 and 630, give or take, maybe 650. If you know exactly what you're getting, comment down below. But anyway, that's it. Comment down below. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.